It's time for Lefties Losing It, and the mystery may have been solved. Who was the member of the media who hit Donald Trump in the face with a mic? Let's play the incident from the weekend, and Trump's reaction here is priceless. This is how I look at my son when he forgets to put the milk back in the fridge.
Mr. President, obviously you're concerned. You're concerned about the situation in Gaza.
Now, everyone assumed that was an accident, a clumsy member of the media embarrassing themselves, but what if it was a little bit more sinister than that? What if it was some TDS-afflicted lefty? Well, perhaps both things can be true, but the woman who has been named as the culprit by various internet sleuths is this one. She is a lefty activist masquerading as a journalist, like the bulk of the US media. She's not special. She even wrote a piece accusing Donald Trump of mimicking Adolf Hitler's language. Yeah. Let's see if there are any more clumsy moments from reporters, but at least we can exonerate this dude. He clearly had nothing to do with it whatsoever. God, I do love the memes at the moment. People are doing some very good work. Now, let's check in with someone the Secret Service should never allow around Donald Trump, but perhaps Elon Musk. This is once hilarious comic Bill Burr, who went a little nutty during COVID and has never really recovered. Maybe long COVID is real. Watch this insane diatribe about Elon Musk, claiming he gave a shout out to Hitler. This is nuts.
Veterans people in the armed services that died trying to stop Hitler. And then this guy comes in, and does that while being an immigrant too, which is kind of the whole thing. Just none of it tracks how you can be the support the troops, America, love it or leave it. And then this guy comes in and gives a shout out to Hitler.
You know what? I'm old enough to remember just a few years ago when Bill Burr was still funny and when he was mocking those who used stupid Hitler analogies.
He is the reference. Anytime you want to say somebody's evil, you just say he is the next Hitler. Donald Trump, he's the next Hitler. It's always he's the next Hitler. He died 75 years ago? Nothing quiets a room like dropping the H-bomb.
Now to a disgusting piece of Jew hatred. This is real Jew hatred in 2025. And as we've seen in the past 18 months, there's been an explosion of these incidents, often perpetrated by the left. The people who call everyone Nazis and Hitler and fascists are the ones that have revealed a virulent strain of anti-Semitism amongst them, including these young ladies in Ireland. Watch the frightening levels of hate and ignorance here as they abuse and spit on a Jewish man.
This is my better side. You can take a video all you want. Okay. You're not welcome in Ireland. How are you start not welcome in Ireland?
Yes.
Israel is on its way out. Believe me, Israel is on its way out. And you're not. It's really American.
I love you too. I hope. Did you just spit on me?
I did.
Okay.
And I actually did not miss.
I think it's time for a trip down memory lane and let us marvel at how Australia's international reputation as a laid-back, sane country with robust, resilient people was altered, perhaps forever altered, when our leaders lost their ever-loving minds during COVID. Never forget the lunacy that was cheered on by the media, the activists and academic class. For those watching overseas, and this segment is watched by millions of people overseas every week, the following 34 seconds features various state leaders and chief health officers starring the sunset-fearing former Victorian Premier Dan Andrews.
Playgrounds, basketball courts, skate parks and exercise equipment, despite the fact that it's outdoors, will be closed.
People can walk the dog around the street. Don't talk to your neighbours.
Browsing is not allowed.
So please, when you open your front door, just think for a moment, do you really need to go out?
If you are at Adelaide Oval and the ball comes towards you, my advice to you is to duck and just do not touch that ball.
There's a whole bunch of people down the Ryback Beach last night who thought the best thing to do was to go and watch the sunset. I'm sure it was a beautiful sunset, but that's not in the spirit or in the letter of these rules.
You got to watch out for those dangerous sunsets. Yeah, that's where COVID strikes most, outdoors, watching sunsets. And let's not forget this gem, then WA Premier Mark McGowan having a woman translate English into English. I still can't believe this happened.
You can die from the corona or get really sick.
You can pass away from this corona, or you can get really sick one.
It's time to get the corona needle to keep people and country strong.
It's time to get them this needle, long corona, to keep them but all the people and country proper strong one.
Now let's hear from this non-binary personal trainer who thinks having a gym for just women is sexist, dangerous, not safe for women. What?
So I keep seeing stories about this new women's gym that's for biological women, but no trans women, right? And I just can't help but think this isn't a safe space for women, not for cis women or any women, because if trans women are very explicitly excluded, then that means any woman who doesn't perform femininity the way that the woman that owns the gym thinks they should is they're going to be like, oh, you've got too much muscle, you're not a real woman. Oh, you're a bit hairy, you're not a real woman. Oh, you're a bit tall, you're not a real woman.
No. More like, oh, you've got XY chromosomes, you're not a real woman. Biological reality doesn't care about your feelings or your delusions.